How's it going, guys? Joe here. Yeah, it looks like we're live now. Okay, hope you guys are all doing well. Today I'm going to be doing the next part of that hearing aid live stream of the hearing aid project of basically trying to connect my Mac to my hearing aids directly. So, without further ado, let's just get started. So now let's review what I've done so far, and then we'll talk about what's happening today. So, as you're aware, I want to be able to connect my Mac directly to my hearing aids so I can stream audio without any special third-party accessories directly from the laptop itself. Because again, my Mac was promised to be able to stream to my hearing aids with Bluetooth, but it's not compatible. Probably compatible with some, but not this model. So I'm trying to see if I could virtualize Android since I have native capabilities to do this on my phone using Android. I just pair my hearing aids, run the app, and it works. So I'm trying to see if I could run Android x86 directly on the computer itself and see if I could pass through my Bluetooth and sound. And then that would be kind of a janky workaround to stream audio directly to my hearing aids. Sorry, I'm kind of going over an overview for those of you who've watched the previous parts. It's just been a long time, so I feel like I kind of have to review this myself. So far, we've managed to get Android x86 running on QEMU. We've also managed to get the Smart 3D app running, which is the app that I actually use for my hearing aids. But obviously now we're trying to figure out how to pass through Bluetooth and sound. So that's where we are now. So what are we going to be doing today? Well, we're actually not going to be doing Bluetooth and sound, despite the fact that's what we have to do yet. Why? Because I have to basically do a feasibility test to see if this is even going to be possible. In order to do that, I have to run Android x86 on the computer directly, and the Mac doesn't do a very good job with that. So I would like to use my other computer to basically boot into Android x86 to see if this is possible. So that's why I have a slightly different setup. I'm on the couch versus standing up, and I don't have my laptop in front of me because that's where the live stream stuff is actually happening now. This other computer right here is where we're going to be running Android x86. So yeah, we're going to basically run a live environment of Android x86 and basically see if this project is even possible. That's all we're doing in this stream. It's a little bit late, so that's all we're gonna do for now. So I think I pretty much explained what we're doing. Running Android x86, pairing it with Bluetooth, and seeing if we can get basic sound working through the hearing aid directly. If that's not possible, then there's not going to be any more parts because we won't be able to do it. I would sure hate to spend hours trying to figure out how to pass through Bluetooth and sound, only to find that I can't. So we're basically going to be doing a quick feasibility test. And since I need this other computer for doing that, that's what this live stream is dedicated for. It'll be a nice short one, hopefully. So we're going to run a live environment of Android x86, install the Smart 3D app, see if we can pair it and have audio go through. If that's possible, then I think it's reasonable to think that this project will be possible. So yeah, I think I've gone over the full overview now, so why don't we just hop right in. So running this on the PC, of course, and I think right off the bat, let's just boot right into Android x86 and do it. Let's keep this straight to the point from here. So I'm going to restart the computer. and we'll boot into a live environment. Now, to be honest, I kind of forgot which version of Android x86 we're trying to run, but we'll figure that out. I tried a whole bunch of different versions and only one seems to work nicely. Okay, so unfortunately the screen froze up for you guys, but I just fixed it using a video game controller. How strange is that? But that's what I needed to do. So we're gonna go into my Ventoy, which is where I have all my bootable medias. As you can see, I got Android x86 as well as a bunch of other stuff. So I don't have to make separate USB sticks. I could just throw all of my bootable mediums on one and it all works nicely. So anyway, I think this is the version that I want. Android x86 underscore 64 with the K49 at the end. I think that one's compatible with Bluetooth. Only one of them is, as far as I'm aware. So let's just see if this works. So we're just gonna go into a live environment so we don't have to worry about installing it, because all we're doing is testing. So, by the way, if you're wondering what it's like to run Android x86 on the host operating system, that's exactly what we're doing here. I feel a little bit disjointed. It was kind of a hassle getting everything set up. Speaking of that, I just want to make sure that my streaming computer is responsive, which it appears to be. Hopefully this will load successfully. So there's going to be a separate part for Bluetooth and passing through Bluetooth and stuff like that, because I don't feel confident in my ability to figure that out. Nobody's really ever done anything like this before. I've even contacted some forums and nobody even knows how to answer the questions. So what we're doing is beyond anything anybody has ever done. We're going where no one has gone before. Anyway, let's do this. So I kind of have my doubts, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll give a disclaimer. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. I really don't want to spoil anything. But I don't think we're going to be able to do it successfully. I kind of want to manually enter in the SSID and that sort of thing, because the Wi-Fi is not coming up, and yeah, I'm just gonna punch it in. I don't know if I want to show it on stream. You gotta look at the SSID because I sometimes forget what it is. Security, I believe it's a WPA2. Punch in the password. Okay. See if that happens to work. The DHCP reservation should work fine because the MAC address is exactly the same. For some reason, it's got a glitch where if I click on a button, it doesn't work, but if I use the keyboard to click buttons, then it works fine. So that's odd. Okay, so the Wi-Fi is not showing up here. I don't think it's gonna show up at all, no matter what I do. Let me see if I could real quickly select Central Time. Honestly, it really doesn't matter because I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this even if I wanted to. That's probably not right. It's weird how some of the buttons don't work out nicely. So the launcher we've determined does not matter. So this is Android x86 on the actual host operating system. Performance is not bad. That's a perfect 60 frames per second right there. Okay, so Wi-Fi, I doubt that's gonna even work, but let's try it. We will need Wi-Fi because, ooh, that's peculiar. We're gonna have to download the app, as you're aware. If I had some APK, might be able to consider doing that if Wi-Fi doesn't work. Actually, first of all, does Bluetooth work? What if that happened to work just fine? Bluetooth. Because if Bluetooth works, then this might be the version that happens to work, but this is not it. So it's not the K49. So this is not the right version of Android x86. Let's boot into another version. Okay, how Control-Alt-Delete will pull this up. Okay, so we're gonna have to boot into another version of Android. So it's not this K49. I want to say it's that. It might actually be this one. Let's try this. I wish I knew which version it was off the top of my head, but I don't. So we're going to be doing trial and error with this. It's really too bad that there isn't some sort of iPhone thing that works, because it seems like it would be pretty native to the Mac. I don't know how well Parallels, the virtualization platform, would work. That's a little concerning, isn't it? There is one version that does the virtualized Wi-Fi nicely. Okay, so now I'm gonna punch in the user or the SSID and password. Unavailable. I think it'll show up if it's meant to. I'm just gonna assume that's the case. So let's see if this one at least works with let's at least see if this version works with Bluetooth. Normally I probably just have that off. Oh, that's interesting. We know we have a different version because this is happening. Right there, I'm having to use the keyboard to select stuff. Let's at least see if Wi-Fi or Bluetooth work here now. That's interesting. the Wi-Fi might be glitching out because of the drivers. I mean, not drivers, but my actual wireless device on this computer. If I had some sort of Ethernet device, that would certainly simplify stuff. Now let's see what this does. I'm gonna restart my hearing aid just to see if this pops up. I don't think it's truly working. That something should have popped up by now. Hold on. Yeah, this thing is probably not working. I'm gonna try it one more time, but I doubt it. Nope. We're gonna have to do a different version once again. I'm so sorry, guys. I wish I would have had enough time to figure this out ahead of time. I know it's not that one. Right? Let's try this one. I remember it being an older version that ended up working, I believe. Everything's pretty snappy and responsive. That's good. Oh, did you just see how it rebooted itself? That one's certainly not it. I do believe that there is a version that works though. Not only did it reboot itself, it completely shut off altogether. Why? Now I gotta come over here and move my entire... This is actually a standing desk converter, not even a keyboard and mouse tray. Just a standing desk converter. So it's probably more exhausting than it's supposed to be. So, yeah. Let's try this version. There wasn't anything I changed in the grub, was there? I messed around with grub at one point, that's all I know. So I could change stuff potentially. I hope this one works. Please work Wi-Fi. I think the one that has the correct MAC address might be a good sign, I'm not sure. Or something other than a bunch of zeros. Oops. Gotta punch in the password. I think there's a version that actually works nicely with it. But that sure doesn't seem to be the case right now. Okay. So that's not working, so I guess we're gonna have to skip this for now. I'm not even gonna worry about the time zone because it won't affect network connectivity or anything like that. Okay, let's go to the settings and see what we get now. It's weird how it says disabled. I don't know if that's what it should say or not. It's not even trying to turn on. That's a little peculiar. Sorry about this being such a low quality stream. I would say with the amount of work I put in, the output's certainly not reflecting it at all. With the amount of work I put into just getting this all set up, what I'm getting in return certainly isn't reflected fairly at all. Okay. Let's try another version. I don't think it's at 7.1. You know, I think there was a kind of a special version that I used a while ago. Might be that special version that I'm thinking of. So we tried that one, it's not it. Surprisingly, we tried both of these. I don't think it was this one. There's something else that has this weird abbreviation stuff. That might actually be it. Honestly, I think you could probably skip through a lot of this nonsense when I start finally getting stuff figured out. As far as Bluetooth goes, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pass that through. I'm sure it's possible, but trying to figure out what device that is so I can use it with QEMU is tricky. And then sound, I typically use Black Hole on the Mac, which is like the sound device. Not good for my job. Sorry about that, guys. This live stream's an absolute disaster and unorganized. What I just said was what I just did is not good for my back. If I would have kept it straight, that'd be better. This is the last one we even have to try. Other than that special version that I have, if none of these work, then I think this live stream is going to come to a disappointing ending. And I'll have to figure things out on my own and let you know what happens in part 4. Mouse is not working at all whatsoever. I am unimpressed. This experience is unimpressive. How do I hit the back button? All this does is it brings me to a TTY screen. How do I go back? It's amazing how I can literally press any key. It's not an emergency number. What if somebody was having a stroke and they couldn't type in a number? Then what? Not saying that I'm having a stroke right now, but how do I go back? Oh, what? The back button on the keyboard actually worked? That is shocking. Okay, now see, I don't think this must be it. This must be the version. It actually connected. Amazing. I think this will work with. You know what's frustrating about this whole thing though? Out of all of them, it was the very last one I selected. I'm known for being last with everything, so. To sum up my life in one sentence, I'm always last. Or I'm last. That crashing concerns me a little bit. I just hit escape, so I didn't want to make anything definite here. If this fails, then it might make sense for me to skip the connection until I'm in. I'll tease some stuff about the next video in the meantime, so if I could even get Bluetooth all figured out in the first place, then that's what we would probably be doing next. I was going to test a Bluetooth dongle because that would be very simple to pass through with USB. But the one that I have is specifically designed for sound on its own, and it's not like a generic Bluetooth dongle or anything like that, so I wouldn't be able to use that for testing. And again, the whole point is to get rid of dongles so I don't have to use the third-party accessory, which I've been getting by with just fine for the longest time. For what it's worth, I'm almost considering just canceling the rest of this. I'm sorry, but I don't really think this could be done. I've contacted multiple forums, including Matrix, the QEMU Matrix. What else? I've contacted quite a few forums. Nobody knows at all what to do. Apparently that back button really works. Just skip. I'll talk about that next episode later on. Don't copy. Is that true? Nah, it looks like we're live streaming just fine, so it's something else that's annoying. Didn't I just tell you skip? You're not a very good listener, Android. I specifically said skip. Skip Wi-Fi, continue. Yeah, this is poorly written. What does this nonsense do? God, Android, you really are poorly written. Right here. Oh, for F's sake. Forget I ever connected you. Advanced options, is there a forget? Let's reconnect. That's it, we're reloading this media. Honestly, do you want to see one of the most disastrous live streams in the world? Well, we've got that. One that's not supposed to be disastrous, but just ended up being that way. That's just how it is right now. So sorry about that. What the heck is that? Oh. Seems like an odd way for it to fail. So passing through Bluetooth might not even work. I know in theory it's possible to pass. I'll talk about it later. This is absolute nonsense that we're doing here. Skip. Okay, we're further now than we were before. That's a relief. Cut that off. And that. Had to scroll down like 1/10 of an inch. That is hilarious. Just to do things properly. Oh, we got a cursor now. That's cool. Okay, let's see if this works. We'll probably connect Wi-Fi like this. So if I go to Bluetooth. Oh, shut up. I did get Bluetooth working on one version, just so you know. Honestly, if this fails, I'm just doing it off camera and letting you know what happens. So sorry about that, guys. That is so disappointing. Would you stop stopping? I know that this PC has Bluetooth. It works perfectly fine on it. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. We're probably gonna have to do whatever other version seems to work fine with it. Everything is crashing. Let's see what happens if I enable this. Oh my god. Settings, everything is crashing right now. Like, nothing works at all. See that? How ridiculous that is. Yeah, this is not a good version at all. Could be the hardware too. The hardware and software combo. Terrible. I have another version on there. It didn't look like it, but it's kind of a special edition, I guess you could say. Because it's different from a typical Android x86. Well, I've got to say this so far. This is one of definitely the most disappointing live stream I've ever done. This is an Android x86 that I think might work. If this doesn't work, then this video is coming to an end as the worst live stream I've ever done. The most professional, worst live stream ever. So, yeah, why don't I tease stuff real quick? So, Bluetooth, it's hard to figure out what the actual PCI device is. What I was gonna do was, in the original plan was I was gonna go to Linux Mint to do the viability test, because I think passing through Bluetooth will be easier on there. Because if I do like an LS-PCI or LS-USB in the command and the terminal, it'll probably show my Bluetooth host device, and then I can pass it through based on that. I'm just gonna tease the whole thing all in one go, because if I keep clustering my explanation out, this is not getting us anywhere. I'm just gonna ignore this for now, and we'll see if we can get in once we've signed up already. No, I don't want benefits of freeing up space. I don't want to get experience. Trebuchet. That's an interesting name. Please test your power button. I'll be careful. Then again, I could just reboot this. Now what? This live stream is an absolute disaster. Maybe some reverse psychology will fix it. That almost looks like it's gonna work, doesn't it? Let me make sure I have Bluetooth on this thing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I set this up so that you could see my phone screen wirelessly, but it's broke now. So now it doesn't work. Button to show you the screen does not work anymore. But I swear I had it set up just now. Honestly, if I was gonna try to make the worst live stream ever, or at least have my record for the worst, I think I can at least say I've now accomplished that. Man, this is aggravating. So Wi-Fi, I don't think that's gonna do anything. I wish I could at least show you some other useful computer thing, like some useful quick tip. I am going to be doing a YouTube channel where I give quick tips on the computer, and don't judge my reputation based on tonight, because it has nothing to do with it. This live stream is an absolute disaster. I mean, I'm not struggling with trying to partition for 2 hours in Debian, but I would argue that this is worse than that. From a humor perspective, that Debian thing's probably funnier, but Chris Titus did a video, a live stream where he tried installing Debian Linux, and the partitioner was not working properly, and I think it was because he had a corrupt USB stick, but it took him like 2 hours of live streaming and constantly trying to figure it out in a similar fashion that we're trying to do right now. That live stream was an absolute disaster, and this is, I guess, my spin off of that. I've installed Debian on before, but those were successful. I haven't run into any corrupt USB installation issues. Not with that anyway. I do have some corrupt USB sticks. One of them actually doesn't let you write to it anymore. It still has its data readable, but if you want to format it to get rid of all the data, not happening. It's stuck in this read-only mode. Wow, this sucks. Do I seriously not have another version that I can try? I'm gonna come back into, in case I somehow don't have it on. In case I somehow don't have the latest copy, I might want to go back in Windows, make sure I even have everything on my Ventoy. So we've tried that, right? Have we tried this version? I don't know anything anymore. This is one of the worst live streams ever. I'm so sorry, guys. I know you expected better of me. I expected this to be a lot better too. In fact, I was thinking maybe I'd be able to do everything in like 20 minutes and be done. 40 minutes later, absolutely nothing worthwhile has happened whatsoever. And see, the PC shut down. I have to get up and start it back up. Trying to keep my back straight while I'm carrying that heavy tray. Okay, is there anything else? We tried that. I think we tried everything. I've got nothing else. Yeah, I've got absolutely nothing else whatsoever. Nope. Well, let's go into Windows and see if there's any versions I have on the hard drive that I haven't even copied to my USB stick yet. We're gonna go into Windows and see if there's anything else I might have missed. If you're having a bad day, maybe watching this live stream will make you feel better. I don't know. Maybe if somebody else having a bad day is entertaining for you, it makes your bad day better. then feel free to use this for therapy type stuff. I mean, yeah. Well, one quick tip, for example, is as you can see right now. Come on, do I have a way to hide my overlay? I don't believe I do. Not on the Stream Deck anyway. This is so unprepared anyway that I may as well try doing it anyway. Okay, so oh man, which one am I interested in? I think that one. Sorry if there's any weird noise, that's my Steam controller. Since I don't have Steam running on the streaming computer, it makes that vibration when I move the cursor. So now I can hide the overlay, although it didn't animate off. Sorry about that. This stream is really one of the worst ones ever. So as you can see, the date is way off. And there is a way to get it properly set up for like UTC time and that sort of thing. I don't remember how to do that, but that's the kind of thing I'd like to share on the new channel that I'm creating, PC Apple Tips. Gonna be a bunch of quick tips, really, that either is elsewhere or isn't. There's gonna be quite a few quick tips that you might not see anywhere else, but I think it's quite useful. And yeah. So anyway, do I have any? Holy crap, what is with that interface looks kind of weird to me. I think they updated everything. Windows must have changed some of the theming around. I kind of don't like it too much. Can't say I do. Anyway, let's see if there's any version that we forgot. Kind of looks like we tried everything. Well, that's unfortunate. This is a disaster. There's nothing I can do about it. So, this is the worst. Okay, now you're I'm gonna go over kind of what should have happened, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna talk about what's coming next, obviously, and then wrap it up. So, I think that the testing that I did must have been on the laptop, because I did get one live environment to boot one time. You know what? I just remembered. I have to boot it straight from a USB stick. I cannot use Ventoy. I think it has to be straight from a USB stick if I remember correctly. The Mac is a little bit weird when it comes to booting third-party stuff. And I had to disable secure boot and stuff like that. That's something that I don't remember how to do off the top of my head, but that would be a PC helpful tip right there. I'm gonna have to remind myself. I have a list of like 50 or 60 videos that I want to make already. It's actually, no, it's higher. But you know what, if I happen to remember, I'll maybe link it in the description once the channel exists, or once I get it properly started. It technically exists right now, but Yeah, I think it did actually work on the laptop now that I think about it. It's been months since I've worked on this, and I wanted to get something going again because this is just one of the annoying things on my to-do list at this point. As you can tell, I'm clearly annoyed because I want to get this nonsense over with. I spent a ridiculous amount of time, and so far I've gotten nothing from it other than losing time setting up the live streams and not getting very far with anything really. I can sort of understand why people haven't explored this. I'm starting to get a sense of why other people haven't done stuff like this before. It's ridiculous. But there's a slight possibility it can still be done. On the Mac, it's a lot trickier. If I was doing this on a normal PC, this might actually be significantly easier. If I were to run like Linux Mint on... I was gonna say, can I run Linux Mint? I mean, I can run it right now, but that wouldn't solve any problems, I don't think. Actually, I could show you the type of thing that I would be doing in possibly the next video. So we would be booting into Linux Mint because then we can properly list out all the PCI devices. Then we can probably install like QEMU on there and possibly pass things through on there. I'm not going to be running Linux on the Mac though. It's a terrible experience, I think. I mean, I just want to run the Mac, especially with the software I typically use. But you want to hear the exciting startup sound of Linux Mint? Then something good will come out of this, maybe. So, oh no, it's frozen again. Come on. You're not seeing anything at all right now because the capture card is really glitching out. I'm gonna have to fix that. Sorry about that, guys. This is pretty aggravating, isn't it? Oh, come on. So webcam even working? Yeah. Microphone on me? Nope, it just fell right off. I think this live stream is a lesson that it's okay when things go wrong, as we're probably aware. About now. I think everything should work now. There we go. Sorry you weren't able to hear the exciting Linux Mint startup sound. That would have been the most exciting part of this stream. But not even that worked. It's Murphy's Law, isn't it? So the reason I bring up Linux Mint right now is so I pull up a terminal and do like LSPCI. That's something I could do on the Mac, and then I'd probably be able to find Bluetooth somewhere. Let's see if this... output Bluetooth anywhere. Capital B. It's the Intel Canon. It's probably something with that. It's not the Ethernet connection. The point is, I think one of these things is Bluetooth. If it's a PCI device, on the Mac it's a little bit different. Could even be a USB on the inside. I don't know. But one of the things I was going to do originally on the Mac would be to pull up Linux Mint so I can properly identify the device and determine something like this. Then I'd be able to pass that through the QEMU and it would work fine, I think. And then we would be passing through Bluetooth and sound. Here's why that would end up being disastrous. Because I don't know if we'd even be able to identify the device. Actually, I was just thinking maybe this controller might be Bluetooth, but I could be wrong. Well, I know that this is the wireless Wi-Fi. So it might actually be this. Bluetooth might actually be on this wireless AC controller. But if I pass that through, then I will lose Wi-Fi capabilities. Might even be this one right here, communication controller. Anyway, I think identifying the Bluetooth device so I can pass it through to the virtual machine would probably not even be possible. So I think I'm probably going to figure this out off camera and then just showcase it during a live stream, because we've had enough nonsense with this project. And I feel like I've had my soul sucked out with this project. That's just with this particular project, don't worry. I think I'm fine elsewhere. So then as far as sound goes, I would be using Black Hole, which is sort of like VB audio cable, but it's something that works with Mac, and it allows me to record the sound coming from the system even when I have my headphones plugged in. Black Hole makes that all possible. If I pair it with the headphone device. But since my sound goes through that, I feel like I'd be able to maybe pass that through QEMU, but that would be kind of tricky because it's a virtual sound device rather than a real one. And I don't know if you can pass through virtual sound devices in QEMU. That might not even be possible, I'm not sure. So we literally have those obstacles to fight yet. And nobody on forums can even help with that problem. Which I'm starting to think that that's probably not possible. So the point is, I'm going to try to figure it out off camera at this point. At least enough that I feel like the live stream will be successful. Let's hope that if I do another live stream, it'll be amazing, because typically when things start out rough for me, then it becomes absolutely amazing later on. But if it starts out amazing, then it becomes like this live stream later on. So I'm gonna basically figure out Bluetooth and sound off camera. Then I'd probably be downloading an app, because if I pass through Black Hole, that's gonna be an input, sort of like a microphone on Android. And I'm going to download some sort of app that can convert it to output, so it can output to my hearing aids. Some sort of app that can convert basically the microphone into a Bluetooth speaker. So I think some people do that. There are apps for that. That's probably the kind of app I'd be using to make the sound work. So if I could somehow get the Mac to output its audio through black hole, which would go through QEMU, run some sort of app in Android to convert that into from input to output, and then that output would go through my pass-through Bluetooth connection, if that's even possible, straight into my hearing aids. Today I was hoping to at least get Bluetooth working on the host system, but that did not work too well, to say the least. So today should have been that at least, and then we would have possibly been able to get my microphone on the computer streaming directly to the hearing aids. But since nothing worked with Bluetooth very nicely, we weren't able to test that today. That was part of the original plan. So that's basically what's coming up. So Linux Mint would basically tell me the device and maybe whether it's possible. I feel like it'd be easier to do it on that than the Mac, at least for Bluetooth. And I would set up a QEMU environment on Linux Mint. And if that's possible, then it would be worth trying it on the Mac. Otherwise, it's not. That's where I'm more likely to hit a dead end, on the Mac and not Linux Mint so much. I feel like the Bluetooth controller would show up, like with the LSPCI command. But I think I'd probably explain how the whole setup would work. So, yeah, sorry about this terrible live stream. I guess we could call it one of the worst live streams ever. And yeah, so ridiculous at this point. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna be able to do. So off camera, I'm gonna see if I can use a USB stick directly, not using Ventoy. See if I can get that to boot. Probably on the Mac, because that is where the actual Bluetooth and microphone is. If that works, then that'll probably be the first thing we test in the next live stream. But I'm gonna figure out ahead of time which version does all the magic. And I'm actually gonna probably do the feasibility test off camera, because I'm also gonna try to figure out Bluetooth and sound off camera. I might ask my question again, but I doubt anyone's gonna get back to me. Because, yeah, I did contact 2 different forums, I think. Nobody answered anything. And I certainly wouldn't be able to. So, yeah, I hope that all makes sense. Sorry about that. I think I'm gonna do you guys all a favor and just end this stupid live stream once and for all, because we've gone through enough misery. I don't need to make it any worse. So I think that's gonna be it for today. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know. I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for watching and have a good one. Peace.